In the early 1960s, Roger Corman, an experienced B-movie producer, set out to create The Terror, a low-budget horror film. The casting process was crucial, as the right actors could bring the story to life while working within the film's constraints. For the lead role of Baron Victor von Leppe, Corman chose Boris Karloff, a seasoned horror actor. Karloff's distinctive voice and imposing presence made him a natural fit for the part. His involvement also attracted other talented actors and boosted the film's credibility. Jack Nicholson, relatively unknown at the time, was cast as Stefan, a young soldier who becomes entangled in a supernatural mystery. Corman had previously worked with Nicholson and recognized his potential. He believed that Nicholson could handle the role and grow as an actor under his guidance. Sandra Knight, who was married to Corman at the time, was given the part of Helene, a mysterious woman who haunts the Baron. Knight's ethereal beauty and acting ability made her a perfect choice for the enigmatic character. Dick Miller, a Corman regular, played the role of Kerwin, a sailor who assists Stefan in his investigation. Miller's experience and versatility allowed him to bring depth to the character, even within the film's limited scope. During the casting process, Corman focused on finding actors who could bring their unique talents to the project while also being easy to work with on a tight budget and schedule. The chemistry between the actors was tested through rehearsals and improvisations, ensuring that they could work together seamlessly and create a compelling on-screen dynamic. In some cases, such as with Karloff, Corman sought out actors with a proven track record in the horror genre. For others, like Nicholson and Knight, he took a chance on up-and-coming talent, providing them with an opportunity to grow and develop their skills. Ultimately, the casting of The Terror proved to be a success, as the actors delivered strong performances that elevated the film above its modest origins. Their contributions helped create a memorable and atmospheric horror tale that has endured for decades. The Terror, a 1963 movie, was directed by Roger Corman, who is known for his low-budget horror and science fiction films. Corman's directorial vision for The Terror was heavily influenced by classic horror and Gothic literature. He aimed to create an atmosphere of suspense and mystery, using dark, moody sets and camera angles to heighten the sense of fear and unease. Corman's approach to directing was hands-on and collaborative. He worked closely with his cast and crew, encouraging their input and ideas. For The Terror, Corman brought together a talented team, including cinematographer Floyd Crosby and production designer Daniel Haller. Together, they created a visual style that was both striking and unsettling. Corman's direction of the actors was also noteworthy. He worked with a relatively unknown cast, including Jack Nicholson, Boris Karloff, and Sandra Knight. Corman encouraged his actors to explore their characters' emotions and motivations, resulting in nuanced and compelling performances. Corman's creative influences for The Terror included the works of Edgar Allan Poe and other Gothic writers. He drew inspiration from their use of atmosphere, suspense, and the supernatural. Corman's direction and vision for The Terror helped to create a movie that is still regarded as a classic of the horror genre. The Terror is a 1963 movie that has stood the test of time, remaining a symbol of the industry's past. Many interesting facts about this movie will surprise, entertain, and even move you. So, stay tuned. This film may have been released decades ago, but its impact on audiences remains strong. You might be wondering when I first watched The Terror. For me, it was a revelation, a glimpse into a bygone era of filmmaking. Now, I'd love to hear about your personal experiences with this movie. Do you have a favorite scene or character? Or perhaps a memory of watching it for the first time? Share your stories and memories in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. So, what makes The Terror an enduring symbol of the industry? For one, its ability to elicit a range of emotions from viewers, from laughter to shock to sadness. Additionally, its historical significance as a product of its time cannot be overstated. The Terror's enduring qualities are numerous, but its ability to captivate audiences then and now is truly remarkable. So, whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer to this classic film, there's no denying its impact on the world of cinema. In the end, The Terror serves as a testament to the power of film and its ability to resonate with audiences, regardless of time or place. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. The Terror, a 1963 movie, was filmed with unique logistical challenges and innovative techniques. The film's set design was an intricate process with a gothic aesthetic for the eerie atmosphere. The crew constructed complex sets, including a spider web-filled dungeon and a haunted castle, using minimal resources. Locations were carefully chosen to enhance the chilling mood. The majority of the film took place in a genuine castle, the Coronado Bay House in San Diego, California. This location added authenticity and a sense of isolation, amplifying the film's suspense. Filming in a castle presented logistical challenges. The crew had to navigate narrow staircases, dark corridors, and limited electricity. To overcome these obstacles, they employed innovative techniques such as using handheld lights and battery-powered equipment. Despite the limitations, the crew managed to create striking visuals. They used mirrors to create the illusion of endless corridors and employed minimal special effects to enhance the unsettling atmosphere. The film is a testament to their creativity and resourcefulness. The Terror's production is a fascinating study of filmmaking under constraints, demonstrating how innovative techniques and clever use of locations can create a chilling and memorable cinematic experience. Roger Corman's 1963 horror film, The Terror, may not live up to its title as it lacks genuine terror and excitement. By the end, viewers might be left wondering how they spent their past 80 minutes. The film provides little substance, with no significant contribution to the genre, and a plot that lacks intrigue or coherence. However, The Terror does have its redeeming qualities. The film boasts a classic Roger Corman style, with a quick and cheap production value that adds to its charm. Additionally, the film features excellent performances from horror icon Boris Karloff and a young Jack Nicholson, who would later become a highly rated actor. These performances add a level of camp and cult value to the film, making it enjoyable for viewers who appreciate early roles of famous actors. The plot follows a French soldier, played by Jack Nicholson, who visits a baron's castle in search of a girl he met in a nearby village. As the story unfolds, the soldier discovers the baron's dark secret, which can be easily guessed in the first half of the film. Despite the predictable plot, the film remains entertaining due to its constant stream of absurdities and ridiculousness. Viewers who rate films objectively may not appreciate The Terror, but for those who enjoy cult films and Roger Corman's work, it is a worthwhile watch. Although it is instantly forgettable, there are worse ways to spend your time. Ultimately, The Terror is a film that knows its limitations and embraces them, providing a fun and entertaining experience for those who are willing to overlook its flaws. The Terror, a 1963 movie, features a musical score and soundtrack that significantly contribute to the film's narrative and emotional tone. The music was composed by Henry Mancini, a renowned musician and composer who created a haunting and suspenseful score that perfectly complements the movie's horror theme. Mancini's score consists of low, brooding strings and eerie woodwinds that create a sense of foreboding and tension throughout the film. The music is used sparingly but effectively, heightening the suspense during key scenes and adding to the overall eerie atmosphere of the movie. The composer's use of dissonant chords and unexpected harmonies adds to the unsettling feeling that something is not quite right in the film's setting. In addition to the score, the movie also features a soundtrack of contemporary pop songs that contrast sharply with the film's dark and suspenseful tone. These songs, which include hits by the Chiffons and the Shirelles, provide a sense of normalcy and familiarity in the midst of the horror, making the terrifying moments all the more impactful. The musicians involved in the creation of the score and soundtrack for The Terror were some of the best in the business at the time. The score was recorded with a full orchestra, with Mancini conducting and overseeing every aspect of the recording process. The pop songs on the soundtrack were performed by some of the most popular artists of the day, ensuring that the music would resonate with audiences of the time. Overall, the musical score and soundtrack for The Terror are an essential part of the film's success. The haunting and suspenseful music created by Henry Mancini adds to the movie's eerie atmosphere and heightens the tension during key scenes. Meanwhile, the contrasting pop songs on the soundtrack provide a sense of familiarity and normalcy, making the horror moments all the more impactful. The musicians involved in the creation of the music were some of the best in the business, ensuring that the score and soundtrack would be of the highest quality. Jack Nicholson, known for his role in The Terror, was once considered for Jason Miller's part in The Exorcist, and even offered Richard Burton's role in Exorcist II: The Heretic. Dick Miller, who also starred in The Terror, shared the screen with Belinda Balaski in 9 films, including Cannonball, Piranha, The Howling, and Gremlins. Regarding Boris Karloff, his role in the Criminal Code marked a turning point in his career. Interestingly, he learned about the casting through Actors' Equity, as he was unable to afford his dues at the Maskers Club, and could not even afford a cup of coffee. This role proved to be a significant breakthrough for him. One of the most iconic scenes in The Terror is when Baron Victor von Leppe, played by Boris Karloff, reveals his past to his new wife, Lily, performed by Sandra. The dimly lit scene, with von Leppe's face half in shadow, adds to the eerie, intense atmosphere. Karloff's performance is gripping as he recounts his tragic past, and Knight's wide-eyed, frightened reaction adds to the intensity. Cinematographer Floyd Crosby uses close-ups to capture the raw emotion of the characters, and the low-key lighting enhances the gothic horror feel of the scene. The use of shadows and darkness creates a sense of mystery and foreboding, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. Director Roger Corman expertly builds tension in this scene, using the dialogue and the actors' expressions to create a sense of unease. The pacing is perfect, with the tension slowly building until it reaches a boiling point. According to Corman, the scene between Boris and Sandra Knight is one of the most memorable in the film. Boris's performance is chilling, and Sandra's reaction is spot on. It's a scene that really sticks with the audience. This scene is a prime example of the power of visual storytelling, using cinematography, direction, and performance to create a memorable and impactful moment. The scene not only reveals von Leppe's tragic past, but also sets the tone for the rest of the film. With its gothic horror aesthetic and tense atmosphere, Jack Nicholson is known for his significant contributions to the film industry. 6 of the films he has appeared in, including Easy Rider and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, have been selected for the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress. Orson Welles, who wrote the screenplay for The Big Brass Ring, wanted Nicholson to star in the film. However, financial constraints prevented this from happening, as Nicholson's asking price was too high, and Welles was not in a position to pay it. Additionally, Nicholson turned down the role offered to James Caan in Misery due to his weariness about appearing in another Stephen King adaptation after The Shining. The 1963 movie The Terror, directed by Roger Corman, might not have been a major critical success, but it did have a significant cultural and social impact in various ways. The film, with its low budget and B-movie aesthetics, resonated with audiences seeking entertainment and escapism during that era. The Terror became a cult classic, influencing pop culture and inspiring a generation of filmmakers. Its unique blend of horror, history, and gothic elements presented a fresh take on the genre, which was then gaining popularity in American cinema. The movie's atmosphere, visual style, and eerie soundtrack left a lasting impression on viewers, who appreciated its campy charm and unique narrative. Moreover, The Terror contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes of its time. Although not explicitly, the film touched upon the concept of the other, as represented by the mysterious and supernatural elements in the story. This theme resonated with audiences, reflecting the societal anxieties and fears prevalent during the Cold War era. The Terror also showcased the versatility of its cast, including Jack Nicholson, who played a significant role early in his career. The film's success helped propel Nicholson's career, further solidifying his status as a Hollywood icon. In essence, The Terror might not have been a major cinematic milestone, but its cultural and social impact was undeniable. The movie's unique approach to storytelling, its influence on pop culture, and its subtle exploration of societal fears left a lasting impression on audiences and filmmakers alike. Boris Karloff, known for his role in the classic horror film Frankenstein, was once feared by a young actress during the production. However, the 7-year-old Marilyn Harris, who played Maria, approached Karloff without fear and even asked to ride with him to the location shoot. Karloff, delighted, accepted her request. Before his iconic role in Frankenstein, Karloff had already made a name for himself in the theater world. He received a Tony Award nomination in 1956 for his dramatic role in The Lark. Jack Nicholson, another accomplished actor, was considered for Sir Anthony Hopkins' roles in The Silence of the Lambs and The Road to Wellville. Despite not getting these parts, Nicholson has had a successful career in Hollywood, with numerous memorable performances. The 1963 movie The Terror received mixed reviews from critics and audiences. Roger Ebert, a prominent film critic, gave it a mediocre rating, mentioning that the film was an oddity, an assembly of footage that was shot for another movie and then cobbled together. However, he also praised Boris Karloff's performance, stating that Karloff is, as always, an interesting actor to watch. Audience reactions were varied as well. Some praised the film for its eerie atmosphere and the performance of its cast, while others criticized it for its confusing plot and disjointed narrative. The Terror did not receive any major award nominations or wins. Its lack of recognition from prestigious award organizations like the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is not surprising, considering the film's modest budget and B-movie status. However, the film does hold a certain historical significance. As a low-budget horror film, it provided an opportunity for many aspiring actors and filmmakers to gain experience and make a name for themselves in the industry. Additionally, the film's unique production process, which involved repurposing unused footage from other productions, is an interesting footnote in the history of cinema. Involvement in a film like The Terror may not have brought immediate accolades or recognition for those involved, but it certainly contributed to their overall experience and growth as artists in the film industry. Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi, both horror movie icons, had an interesting coincidence in their careers before they even met. They both appeared in their own silent versions of The Last of the Mohicans in the fall of 1920, but Lugosi's film came out first, with Karloff appearing only as an extra in the American version, which was released 11 days after Lugosi's sequel. Jack Nicholson, known for his role as the Joker, once described the character as a psychotic version of Bugs Bunny. This comparison highlights Nicholson's ability to bring depth and nuance to his roles, even in a genre known for its larger-than-life personalities. Sandra Knight, who starred in the 1963 movie The Terror, has a unique artistic endeavor. She has created 15 oil paintings called Self-Portraits of a Previous Image Sandra Knight by Sandra Stephenson, which are based on herself and character at different cult classics. These paintings are currently on display at her daughter Jennifer Nicholson's retail store, Pearl, in Santa Monica. In conclusion, the actors in The Terror bring their own unique experiences and talents to the film, contributing to its enduring cult status. The Terror, a 1963 horror film, was marked by a unique production process. Initially filmed as a mere 2-day project for Roger Corman's new camera, it eventually evolved into a full-length feature. The film's tight budget led to some interesting situations. For instance, the cast and crew often found themselves scrambling to complete scenes before sunset, as they couldn't afford additional lighting. Jack Nicholson, in his early career, played a significant role in the film. He was not only an actor, but also a co-producer and contributed to the script. Due to the limited budget, Nicholson even painted some of the film's sets himself. His dedication was a testament to his passion for the project. The film's leading lady, Sandra Knight, had her own set of challenges. She had to navigate through thick fog during a beach scene, which was quite disorienting. Despite the difficulties, she managed to deliver a compelling performance. The film's director, Roger Corman, was known for his efficiency. He would often shoot scenes in a single take, keeping the cast and crew on their toes. This fast-paced environment added to the film's raw and gripping feel. In one scene, the crew needed a rickety bridge for a dramatic sequence. Instead of building a new one, they repurposed an old bridge from a previous set, adding to the film's makeshift charm. Despite the constraints, The Terror became a cult classic, a testament to the cast and crew's resilience and creativity. The film's production was a journey filled with improvisation, dedication, and a lot of fog. The Italian censorship visa number 43051 was delivered on May 29, 1964, for the movie that features André Duvalier as a French lieutenant in the Napoleonic Wars, set in the year 1806. In one scene, a portrait of Ilse von Leppe dated to 1786 is mentioned, and Duvalier notes that the portrait is exactly 20 years old. Coincidentally, Jack Nicholson shaved his head for a role in the 27 film The Bucket List, many years after his appearance in the movie in question. The film's attention to historical detail, such as the 20-year-old portrait, adds authenticity to the story. The Terror, a 1963 horror film, may not be as celebrated as other movies of its time, but it has had a subtle and lasting influence on the film industry. The movie's innovative use of low-budget constraints to create tension and fear has been an inspiration for many future filmmakers working with limited resources. Roger Corman, the director of The Terror, was known for his efficient and cost-effective filmmaking style. The Terror, with its multiple locations, elaborate sets, and large cast, was a departure from Corman's typical low-budget productions. However, the film's financial constraints were still evident, with some scenes reportedly shot in a day, and with a limited number of takes. Despite these limitations, The Terror has been praised for its atmospheric and eerie visuals, which have inspired similar techniques in future horror films. The film's use of shadows, mist, and dimly lit sets to create a sense of unease and uncertainty has been emulated in many subsequent horror movies. The Terror has also had a direct impact on the careers of several actors and filmmakers. Boris Karloff, who played the role of the sinister Baron Victor Frederick von Leppe, was already a horror icon before appearing in The Terror. However, his performance in the film helped to solidify his status as a legendary figure in the genre. Jack Nicholson, who played the role of Stefan, a young soldier who becomes entangled in a supernatural mystery, was a relatively unknown actor at the time of The Terror's release. The film marked one of his earliest appearances in a major motion picture and helped to launch his successful career in Hollywood. In addition to its influence on horror filmmaking and the careers of individual actors and filmmakers, The Terror has also inspired several subsequent works. The film's plot, which revolves around a haunted castle and a curse that spans generations, has been adapted and reimagined in various forms of media, including books, comics, and video games. Overall, while The Terror may not be as well known as other classic horror films, its innovative use of low-budget constraints, atmospheric visuals, and enduring influence on the film industry make it a significant and important part of film history. Boris Karloff, known for his iconic role in the 1931 film Frankenstein, had his makeup application immortalized on a U.S. postage stamp in 2003. The stamp, part of a set celebrating American filmmaking, honors the unsung heroes behind the scenes, including makeup artists. On the other hand, a young Jack Nicholson once worked as an office worker for the MGM cartoon department, turning down a job offer as an animator to focus on acting. His dedication to his craft has been unwavering, even when injuries, like the one he suffered while promoting The Departed in 26, slowed him down. Despite these setbacks, Nicholson's passion for acting has never wavered, making him one of the most respected figures in Hollywood. Boris Karloff, born William Henry Pratt, was not only a renowned actor, but also a lover of rare Bedlington Terriers. One day, while walking his dogs in Brentwood, California, they ran up to an inebriated man who claimed to have seen 3 sheep barking. Karloff, being the kind-hearted person he was, gave the man a ride to the hospital. In the 1963 film The Terror, Karloff played Baron von Leppe, a war veteran who fought in a Polish campaign in the waning 780s. However, in reality, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth did not engage in any significant military conflicts during that time period. This inaccuracy, while minor, is a reminder that even in historical films, some details may be fictionalized for the sake of storytelling. If you have memories of watching The Terror from 1963, we'd love to hear them. This film has had a unique impact on many viewers, shaping their perspective on cinema. By sharing your experiences, you can contribute to a fascinating conversation about this classic movie. Did The Terror leave a lasting impression on you? What was it about this film that stood out? Was it the storyline, the actors, or perhaps the atmosphere? We invite you to share your thoughts and engage with others in our community. Your likes, shares, and subscriptions help us to continue exploring cinematic gems like The Terror. Let's keep the conversation going and delve deeper into the world of classic films. Your insights and opinions are invaluable, so don't hesitate to